Subscribe. This is MC Recovery in the house. I had to take the day off, so let's get to it. Let's talk about that $5,000. That $5,000 DOGE stimulus income tax check. I done got some new feeds and some new presentations. Even a reporter asked the feds some information about the stimulus check. So I'm bringing that screen up. And also, but what's really shocking, some new changes are coming on in April. And these changes, they want individuals to come because I guess they're doing the auditing and they noticing, are they either looking at the age or the criteria? I don't know. This part is pretty much what I'm just guessing that the theories of what they're doing with this auditing is want to see how many of these individuals been getting checks basically of not showing up or showing prove that they're still disabled. Like how you have different jobs and people say they're doing workers' comp, and then that's what I'm thinking that could be going on also. So to make a long story short, let's get one of the screens up. Let me see how is I'm going to really go about this. Is because man, this could get confused. Should I bring something real quick in? Yeah, the reporter response first. Yeah. So right here, this just a little quick fair use, y'all. And I struggle screaming, so I just realized I did something that I shouldn't have been doing. Now we're gonna really get down to it. Right over here. This guy right here. Blind to Billions is the name of his show. Check out the feed once in a while. Sometimes he put up a clip, sometimes he don't. So but this time, I watched him time to time, especially back in the day. I think he did some student loan ones when I was going through that and I was seeking. So
few weeks ago,
go over there and check them out.
known as DOGE dividend or rebate check that we've all heard about so many times as of recently, that was just floated a few weeks ago. Now, earlier today, the chairman of the Federal Reserve was out in a press conference shortly after the Fed decision this afternoon, and one of the reporters came in and asked him about the $5,000 DOGE dividend. So in just a minute here, I'll be bringing in a clip so you can hear exactly
So we're
what
not
the
going to
reporter
wait
asked.
for that, but thank you for that part, and let's get to this clip. The clip is right about here. Get ready.
Clip, and let me know what you think down below in the comment section.
Last month, the idea of a DOGE dividend was proposed, which would send $5,000 checks to every taxpayer from DOGE savings. President Trump and Elon Musk have supported this. There's reports there could be a bill introduced on Capitol Hill. What impact might that have on household savings and spending in terms of your growth and outlook for inflation?
It's not appropriate for me to speculate on political ideas or fiscal policy for that matter. So I'm gonna pass on that one. Thank you.
All right, so there's the clip. The reporter.
Now, wasn't that a Doge or a Dodge? But, if y'all can find that press conference on screen, that's just a little bit of something that, I just wanted to bring towards y'all attention. And when you look for it, if you can find that press conference, please send it to me, and I can definitely put out a show or something on it, and we can review it, chew it up. But before I go any further, but that's one of the feds member there. I put him on the thumbnail. I don't really know what is his name, but man, I thought it was going to be a long question, and that he was going to really respond, but pretty much she's really asking a question that she already have some of the answers to, I guess, because, a lot of the media, and they do know changes, and they do know if when they get to that certain cap, if they can find enough waste, this is when a lot of those checks, but these checks to SSI and Social Security beneficiaries are different. And we're going to go over here to this other channel, Ted, because he really brings up some good facts. He's real good at what he do right over here at his show. So I think it's this video. He's going to collaborate on it a little bit more. So fair use, and check out this channel because his channel is tight. When it comes down to knowing some of this stuff, he brings it.
Twitter, and then it went to Elon Musk, and Elon Musk said it sounds like a so James Twitter, and then it went to Elon Musk, and Elon Musk said it sounds like a good idea. Sent it to the president. The president looked at it and said he thinks it sounds like a good idea as well. And so they want to. I want to talk a little bit about this because there was some new information that came out yesterday, and so we're going to talk about that. And then I'm going to give you my opinion when it comes to how they could move this along. Okay, so that's what we're going to focus on in this video. But first off, you guys can do me a favor. Please like the video. And if you're watching this video and you want to see more content like some new information that came out yesterday, and so we're going to talk about that. And then I'm going to give you my opinion forward with some type of a stimulus refund for tax-paying individuals.
I apologize.
And this would basically be about $5,000 per household is what they're saying. And so I want to talk a little bit about this because there was some new information that came out yesterday. And so we're going to talk about that. And then I'm going to give you my opinion when it comes to how they could move this along. Okay.
So let's stop there and let me move it over here to where you get to see some of the information in Newsweek.
Let me show you the tweet. And this is the latest tweet coming from James Fishback. And as I stated, he is the one who originally got this going on Twitter. And this is in the latest Newsweek article, and they're quoting Fishback, and he says, "I've had ongoing discussions with folks in the administration." So he's talking about in the White House. And then he says, "And I've had ongoing discussions with folks on the Hill." He's talking about Congress. "I spoke with 6 U.S. senators this past week and continue those conversations to get feedback.
Subscribe.
And it's been overwhelmingly positive." Say overwhelmingly positive here when it comes to these refund checks. And then he goes on to say the next step is there's going to be a bill, and the bill is coming very soon, Fishback told Newsweek. And so there you have it. You have Fishback saying that there's a bill coming soon. Now,
a bill.
I want to talk about what needs to happen, because if we're talking about a bill, you can introduce a bill in Congress. That doesn't mean it's going anywhere. I've talked a lot about the Social Security 2100 Act. This is Representative Larson's bill. He introduced this bill back in 2014, and this bill would have increases for people receiving Social Security benefits. He introduced it in 2014, and he's pretty much introducing that bill pretty much every other year, if not every year, to try to see if he can gain enough support for it to pass. So right now, we have a potential of them introducing the stimulus refund checks, but that doesn't mean it's going to go anywhere anytime soon. And I stated this before, when it comes to a stimulus refund, it would be very hard for them to do it this year. And the main reason for that is it's tied to this DOGE audit. They're going through all the different federal agencies, and they're trying to save about $2 trillion. And so that's going to take time. That's not going to be something that they're going to be able to do overnight. And to get to $2 trillion, that's when that $5,000 per household would kick in. And so DOGE has until July of next year. And so that's why I'm thinking we probably wouldn't hear anything or see anything.
So he's talking about the timeline. So the timeline, I think that's going to keep on changing. It's basically the timeline is when we get to that $2 trillion. That's what the timeline really is. Now, the estimated one is July of next year, 2026. But like our man say here, it's a whole lot to that he's basically speculating, but check out this part. But I like what he said right after that.
Until July of next year. Now, one of the positives of us seeing something in July of next year is the fact that July of next year, it's campaign season. And that's at the top of campaign season. So you're going to have politicians that are going to be pressured to really look into this. And it depends on how our economy is going. There's talk right now that we could see a recession. If that is the case where we see a recession, then it's more likely that we will see some type of refund checks. And so we'll have to stay tuned to see how our economy looks. Because right now, if we were to provide some type of stimulus, that could have a negative impact on the vast majority of Americans. Yes, you will have some people receiving a stimulus refund, but that could cause more inflation. And right now we're dealing with inflation. So what should we be watching in the future? Well, the first thing.
And then so go over there and check out the rest of that screen. Y'all, because like the inflation now today, I have seen some gas prices go down and things of that nature. But remember, a bill is just a bill. And I looked up that Larson bill. So let's take a peek and again at what this Larson bill thing is about. All right, I just hope I don't be doing no struggle screaming. Come on, MC, you can do it. Let's take a little gander at it. How you do it, MC? How you do it? There it is. I do like this. Now, right over here is the Larson bill, okay? The Larson bill. So the thing about it, I'm going to find a good tab to tab on. And with this bill, and look, it got Social Security, 21st century, I'm going to say that. Act, Congressman John Larson is the one that's introducing the bill. And then, it has all this. And I wonder, who is this guy? This must be Larson. But before that, let's get a gander at this bill. All right. Let me see if I can get something for y'all to really look at with this bill over here. I'm just a bill, just a lonely old bill, and I'm here on Capitol. Oh, y'all remember that cartoon? Let's look at the one that both of them got Gov on it, Larson.HouseGov. And this is Larson.HouseGov. And I see October the 26th, 2021. Let's get it. Here it is. A scarce trust will expand benefits to strengthen Social Security. The pandemic has only underscored what we already knew and was exacerbated. Systematic inequalities. Current benefits are not enough. 5 million seniors are living in poverty due to long-standing discrimination in labor force that affects mostly people of color and women. And then what cracks me that, notice they say women, people of color and women. I like the way, I don't like the way that was really framed. But I like the way that, that was 2021. It was during the pandemic. And once again, they go for, instead of saying black people and women, it's a total separation of, what about the men? People of color. What color are they talking about? Then they have these as our sister, brother, aunts, uncles, and neighbors. For too long, Congress has forsaken its duty to enhance benefits with 10,000 baby boomers a day becoming ineligible, and with millennials needing Social Security more than any generation. So the baby boomers, us, And then we got these millennials coming behind us. They basically saying, so to make another bill, and we already know Social Security is supposed to expire on one of those videos that I had. It's supposed to expire in about dude, you know what? I was reading something to y'all, and I didn't even let y'all really see it. But what I was reading was this. I told you, boy, this struggle screaming stuff is some real stuff. And now I got to know how to do what I was reading to y'all, and I apologize for that. So let's get back to that. And it was this. I thought it was going to pop up like that, but it didn't. This is what I was reading. I thought it was going to pop up like this, but then it goes like this. Now, I thought I was going to see an actual bill. And I guess these are all the people and reps that he got to go hand in hand with him with the bill. But what I read was this. It was October the 26th. So I guess he's getting ready to come through there again. But I see the way it's framed. It's framed to make it look like a certain population always is in need of some type of benefits. John B. Larson yes, I understand him putting the bill out there, but the way it's framed, and with this Trump administration, I don't know it don't seem like this will really fly. So, let's get back to some more of the show. MC is the referee in this the best way I could. And I had one more other clip. I think I have one more other clip, but that's about and where I got most of that from. I got that from this one right here. So let's get ready to bring this up. And it's going to be in about 7 minutes. Y'all ready to hear a little bit of this, and then we can ease in the show.
Anymore. They're becoming reality in just 72 hours. Financial landscape. The Social Security Administration has just confirmed what millions of recipients have been eagerly waiting to hear. Those $5,000 checks aren't just a rumor anymore. They're becoming reality in just 72 hours. But before you get too excited, there's crucial information you need to know about these March 2025 payouts that could directly impact your financial future. Have you been struggling to keep up with the rising cost of living?
Well,
are you one of the millions of Americans who depend on Social Security benefits to make ends meet? Well, this latest development might be the financial breakthrough you've been waiting for. But here's the thing, not everyone will qualify for these enhanced payments, and that's exactly what we're going to break down today. Let's dive into the details of this unprecedented move by the SSA. The decision comes as a response to mounting pressure from advocacy groups and lawmakers who have been pushing for more substantial support for Social Security beneficiaries. With inflation continuing to impact everyday Americans, particularly seniors and disabled individuals, this additional payment is designed to provide much-needed relief. But you might be wondering, why $5,000 and why now? The amount wasn't chosen randomly. It represents a calculated response to several economic factors that have been building up over the past few years. The COVID-19 pandemic's long-term effects, coupled with recent economic challenges, have created a perfect storm that necessitated this extraordinary measure. Something that's particularly interesting about this payout is its timing. The SS's decision to distribute these checks within a 72-hour window in March 2025 is strategic. By condensing the distribution period, they're aiming to minimize processing delays and ensure that beneficiaries receive their funds as quickly as possible.
And, those are kind of the ongoing 24-hour streams that they have on some of the channels if you want some sort of update. Now, that's more of like an AI randomification that someone then made to the side. So So it was always clips after clips after clips. So in other than anything else, be on the lookout for what that lady said earlier, right in this, the news anchor one. Hopefully somebody can find that press conference and get it to me. And I'll see you into the next chat in the next screen.